They said it wasn't humanly possible. All the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Game Boy comes complete with batteries and the outrageous new game Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use Video Link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Many would cite the Wright brothers taking flight on the very first airplane, or Alexander Graham Bell making the very first phone call on the very first telephone as critical points of invention in history. But if you ask any teen or preteen in the 1990s what they thought was the quintessential piece of man-made innovation, 9 times out of 10, I'd bet they'd name this little piece of now seemingly ancient technology, the Game Boy. The creator of the Nintendo Game Boy was a man by the name of Gunpei Yokoi, leader of the Nintendo R&D 1 team during what some may consider its golden era. The story of Gunpei Yokoi is known to many die-hard Nintendo fans. The story of the janitor who went on to save the now legendary video game company from bankruptcy and become one of its greatest inventive minds is almost as well known among Nintendo fanhood as the fictional story of a certain plumber who moonlights in saving princesses. Gunpei was first hired by Nintendo in 1965 to maintain the assembly line machines used to manufacture its Hanafuda cards, which are a style of Japanese playing cards. In 1966, Hiroshi Yamauchi, president of Nintendo at the time, came to a Hanafuda factory where Yokoi was working and took notice of a toy, an extending arm that Yokoi had made for his own amusement during his spare time. Yamauchi ordered Yokoi to develop it as a proper product for the Christmas rush. The Ultra Hand was a huge success, and Yokoi was asked to work on other Nintendo toys, including the 10 billion barrel puzzle, a miniature remote-controlled vacuum cleaner called the Chiritori, a baseball throwing machine called the Ultra Machine, and a love tester. He worked on toys until the company decided to make video games in 1974, when he became one of its first game designers, only preceded by Genyo Takeda. While on one of his many train rides home from work, Yokoi saw a bored businessman playing with an LCD calculator by pressing the buttons. Yokoi then got the idea for a watch that doubled as a miniature video gaming pastime. This was his inspiration to go on to create Game & Watch, a line of handheld electronic games of simple LCD animated minigames, which ran from 1980 to 1991 and had 60 variations. That fateful train ride home was also ultimately the inspiration for the now legendary Game Boy. The Game Boy was officially first released in Japan on April 21st, 1989. Nintendo sold the entire stock of 300,000 units in its first 2 weeks in Japan. A few months later, 40,000 more units were sold, making the first Game Boy a huge financial success for Nintendo. Yokoi was quoted as saying, "The Nintendo way of adapting technology is not to look for the state of the art, but to utilize mature technology that can be mass-produced cheaply." He articulated his philosophy of lateral thinking of withered technology in the book Yokoi Gunpei Gamehouse. Withered technology, in this context, refers to a mature technology which is cheap and well understood. Lateral thinking refers to finding radical new ways of using such technology. Yokoi held that toys and games do not necessarily require cutting-edge technology, novel and fun gameplay are more important. I gotta say, I agree with this legend of the video game industry. A big thanks to Gunpei Yokoi for helping to bring joy to our childhoods with his creativity and innovative spirit. Thanks for watching, everybody. Please feel free to subscribe and give us a like and a follow. And remember, as always, we love meeting at the intersection of art and technology. See you all again soon on the flip side.